everybody, my name is Russ. That is Lauren. Welcome to our Sunday vinyl video. I usually save all this stuff for the end of the video, but if you would please hit a like on the video at some point when you're watching, like maybe not yet because you don't know if you like the video or not. But it's free and it really does help. I know everybody says that in their videos, but it's true. And then the notification bell, if you like what we're doing, we have 2 other types of series of videos every week. And you may not even know that we have those. So if you hit the notification bell, you'll get notified when they come out. And if you don't want to watch them, fine. But at least you should know that they're there. But what matters to us most is the comments. So if anything in this video you have questions about, any comments for us on the artist or the pressing or other versions of it, by all means, drop a comment and we'll do whatever we can to carry on the conversation with you. Having said that, we recently went to a record show here in Jacksonville that was at a brewery, and I got to assume we were the people that walked out with the most eclectic mix of
I would think so.
records overall. Yeah. One of the ones that I picked up, and this was new and sealed at the time, was a 2 LP set of New Edition's hits. And New Edition, for me at least, I'm convinced that no one remembers the proper amount of New Edition hits. Like everyone thinks that they had like maybe 2 or 3 hits, but they had a lot of hits. And even though in the later years they put together when they've got reunited or in the different lineups of the band, like when Bobby Brown was out and Johnny Gill was in, there's different eras too that most people don't realize. So when I was a kid, I had all the New Edition cassettes, like as they were released, the self-titled and Heartbreak, and I can see the cover of the other one, the one with If It Isn't Love. Anyways, and as I got older, like I never really listened to the entire albums enough. So as soon as I saw this, I was like, hits package.
Yep.
You know, did you ever own any New Edition at all? Did you ever own Bobby Brown or anything?
I did not. I did not. No, I did not.
There was Ralph Tresvant had a very successful solo career. So I mean, Johnny Gill, very, very successful. Bobby went on to a solo career. But what's included on this is just the New Edition material. Like, I feel like if they were going to try and include anything from anybody else, you'd end up in like 4 LP
Yeah,
territory.
that seems like too much.
Yeah, real quick. So we always talk about some very basic things when it comes to this stuff. Packaging is the first thing we always talk about. It's hits packages are kind of weird for me with packaging because the bar is low. I expect a retrospective type of pictures. You know, if possible, a more recent picture of the group. You know, a lot of times people aren't getting along or anything like that. And at least for me, part of the packaging too is just the whole, like, I expect to know like what hits are on there and have it in some sort of good order, if that makes sense. This checks all the boxes for me.
Yeah, that's good.
You know what I mean? It's like, it's everything I expect. It's they all got along well enough to be in pictures, recent pictures together. There's again pictures of the lineup from the original lineup when they were all babies to, you know, all the way through now, and the lineup with and without Bobby. And I think they did a really good job. One thing about it is it just looks very I don't know, this looks very clean. Like
yeah, it really does. That was literally the first thing that popped into my head when you came over with it. I was like, okay, that's just very, it's clean.
It's just like, matter of fact, here's New Edition's hits. Yeah. That works for me. I like that type of thing. And also, to me, this is the type of record that you're going to grab anytime and throw on for someone. You throw on in the background of a party, and every song that starts, people are going to be like, oh my God. You know, you're like, yep, I know. I knew what I was doing when I put that on. Sound-wise, sounds great to me. Like I said, when I was a kid, and this is one of the reasons why I was asking if you had owned anything as a kid from them. When I was a kid, I had varying degrees of New Edition stuff. I had their the full LPs. I had some cassettes. I had some cassette singles, you know. And sometimes when they put everything together on a compilation, I shouldn't even say sometimes, a lot of things can go wrong. They can use bad masters. You can go from, you know, even though songs were produced in a different era, you can go from one to the next and go, oh, that's way louder. That's way softer. If songs are out of sequence from where they were on the original pressing, you can end up with something with like distortion in it because it's closer to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like because this was spread over 2 LPs, you don't get any of that. There's no distortion issues. And I didn't notice, like, okay, you're not overly familiar with their entire career. At no point when we had this on was there anything where you were like, "Oh, this must be from way later," or
Yeah,
like
no,
you
I
never
had
said that to
nope.
me.
I didn't have any moments like that at all. Yeah, you're right. It even though it is like a career spanning thing, you don't it doesn't feel jarring. Nothing is jarring with how this is organized or laid out or anything like
Yeah,
that.
well, sound quality wise too.
That's
Like
yeah.
there wasn't any point where you're like, "Oh, well, this was obviously recorded way
Mhm.
later." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I like that a lot. Now, the two last things that we always talk about is price and value, and they are almost tied in directly together on this one because I picked this up for $30. And for a sealed 2 LP hits package, as you've come to know more in as we buy more records, that's darn near a steal now.
It is.
You know,
Mhm.
we've picked up single records in record stores and been like $37. No, you know, and there was just recently, I can't remember who. I don't need you to try and remember this, but somewhere recently we just saw someone else's hits package and it was like 2 LPs and it was like $58.99 or something. And I was
Oh
like,
yeah.
what? And it wasn't even a special, there was no special packaging or anything. So for me, from a price standpoint, this is like way cheaper than what records are going for today.
Mhm.
And I have no doubt that there's going to be people that be like, records shouldn't cost $30. I'm with you, but they do. Not only do they cost $30, they cost a lot more than that.
Mhm.
So I think the price is fantastic. Now for value, the artsy fan in me used to dislike hits packages when I was a kid because it's like, oh, well, I want to listen to the whole album. But like, again, with this particular act, I used to own everything and I would find myself putting it in, listening to like a side or a hit or a couple of hits and then not listening to it. So like having everything together, like there is no greater value for me
Right. That makes complete
than
sense.
for
Yeah.
$15 a disc, getting 2 discs of everything. And I know when we listen to this, I mean, there's all the stuff that you know for sure, but their later stuff I'm very hit or miss on.
Okay.
So what I'm excited about too is there being more value in this for me, where I listen to stuff that I really don't know well enough and getting to know those songs better than I do. You know what I mean?
Totally.
So to me, that's another way to look at value as well.
Yeah, because you're not. Yeah, if you weren't gonna get the whole album, at least you get like a taste of that
Yeah.
part of the.
Yeah, of that era.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
cool.
So I said all the things at the beginning about the like button and all that stuff. So please do any of that because all of it helps us. If you share the videos around on your socials and whatnot, that can help too. But to me, that's too much effort to ask for. Like if you literally just hit the like button, that can absolutely help the channel out a great deal. But more important to us is the discussion. So drop a comment if you would, please. That is Lauren. My name is Russ. And as we always say, thank you so much for watching.